This is Amud Yomi Gemara Shabbos Daf Yud Aleph Amud Aleph, and we're in the middle of discussing numerous statements from Rav Bar Mechasya. Rav Bar Mechasya Amar Rav Chama Bar Guria Amar Rav. So on Yud Aleph Amud Aleph, we are 3 lines down. V'Amar Rav Bar Mechasya Amar Rav Chama Bar Guria Amar Rav. Kol Ir, any city Shekagoisel Gavoyin Mibi Sekenesis. Any city that the houses are taller than the shul is soif chareva will ultimately be destroyed. Shenamar says the pasuk l'roimim es bisa lokenu. You have to be meroimim. You have to elevate to the house of God ulhamid es charvaisav and restore its ruins. V'hani Mili says the Gemara bebatim. The roofs of houses, forts and towers. You're allowed to have a large wall around your city. You're allowed to have watchtowers. But the houses, the personal house, should not be larger, taller than Hashem's house, than the base HaMedrash and the base. I made sure Masechasya not be destroyed. He did not allow the houses to be built taller than the shuls. And in truth, you know what we see from here? We see from here that it's not a fake thing to have a large, beautiful, tall shul. It's real. The base Elokeinu should be more in grandeur, even in the physicalities, than the houses that one lives in. Says the Gemara, it was eventually destroyed. Says the Gemara, not because of this Aveira. Continues the Gemara, it's better to work for Yishmael than for a regular Nachri. Tachas Nachri, tachas Chabar, than to work under a Chabar, people from Chabarian, from Chabar. Tachas Chabar, v'loi, tachas Talmud Chacham. Tachas Talmud Chacham, lo tachas Yasaim and Almana. Why should one not work for a Talmud Chacham? Says Rashi. Because what happens if you disturb him? Disturb a Talmud Chacham! You're going to get punished. Why not a Yasam and Almana even more so? It's a special pasuk. How careful you have to be for the Yasam and the Almana. Continues the Gemara, Amarav, Kol Chayli, 20 lines down. First line is Kol. Any sickness, and should not have a stomach illness. Kol Cave. Any pain. V'lo Cave, lave, and not a pain in the heart. Kol mechash, any ache, v'loy mechash roish, not a headache. Kol raya, any evil, v'loy isha ra. If all the inks were sea, if all the seas were ache, v'agavim kol ma'isem, and all the marshes were quills, v'shamayim yiriyos, and the heavens were parchments. V'chal b'nei adam lavlarin, and all the people were scribes. Ein maspik yelechtav chalal shel rishos. Would not suffice to record the depth of minds of the government, that the king is mindful of countless matters, and therefore it's impossible to write it all down. My crow, where you see this in the pasuk, the heavens are for the height and the earth for the depths. The mind of the king is beyond investigation. There's so much going on. Such a mind, Rashi speaks out, there are taxes and conflicts and judgments, etc. Continues the Gemara of Amarav Chasya, Amarav Chamber Guria Amarav, smack in the middle of the Amud, Yafa Tainus L'chaloim, Keish L'Neuras. Tainus, fasting for a dream, is beneficial like Eish, fire L'Neuras, for flax. Amarav Chisto Babi, you have to fast on the very day that you had the dream. Rav Yosef, afilu b'Shabbos, you even allowed to fast on Shabbos, and famously, you have to fast again for the fact that you're mevatel your oineg Shabbos. But that's how important it is to fast on the day of a dream. Rav Yeshua Breid, Rav Idi Ekloi, the Beir Rav Ashi. Shua Breid, Rav Idi visited Rav Ashi after the Ekloi Tzlos. They prepared for him a geshmak, a meal, a third-born calf. Amruleh, they said to him, Litamar Midi, please taste something. Rav Yeshua said to him, I'm fasting. Do you not hold of that which Rav Yehuda says? Rav Yehuda, you could borrow upayreya. So very good that you're fasting today, but we have an incredible meal. So borrow from the fast and you'll pay back. Rav Yeshua said, it's true. You could borrow and pay back. but not on the day of a dream. V'mis chilu. We're at 15 lines from the white lines, the two dots. Continues the Gemara that if you started any of the activities in the Mishnah in the time of mincha, whether it's eating, whether it's a haircut, then what? Ein mafsikin. One does not have to interrupt for mincha. Mafsikin likriyishma says the, but the Mishnah said you yes have to be mafsik for kriyishma. Asks the Gemara, the Mishnah began in mafsikin, so why are we repeating now in mafsikin? You don't have to stop. Says the Gemara, Seifa asan l'divrei Torah. The Seifa is talking about for divrei Torah. That what? That, excuse me, divrei Torah is also only interrupted for Shema, not for Tefillah. Detanya, Chavim Sha'iskin Ba'Teira, Ma'afsikin L'Krisha, Yisav L'Krisha, V'in Ma'afsikin L'Tefillah. Amar Rav Yechon, Lo Yishan Al-Kon Shemin Ba'Yachai V'Chavirav. That's only like Rashbi, Shatayra Sayum Osan. Yes, many people learn, and many people occupation is their Torah, but not on the level of Rashbi V'Chavirav, Avakogola. No, says Rav Yochanan, even I, and we have to think to ourselves, if Rav Yochanan said himself, Ma'afsikin L'Krishma Tefillah, certainly each and every one of us. Says Rav Tanya, but what about the Brisa that says, the Brisa said that you're not mafsik. Just like you're not mafsik for tefillah, you're not mafsik for kriyishma. So says the Gemara, but if even those who are like Rashbi Chaveirav have to stop for Shema, who's the Brisa talking about? Kitanihi be'eber shana. That Brisa referring to those who are middle of being ma'aber the shana, the Talmidei Chachamim that are middle of doing the calculations to figure out whether they have to make a leap year. Sabid Hagrainia, Amar Rav Elazar Bar Sadik Shina Iskim Be'eber Shana B'Yavne Loyin Mafsiki. They would not stop for anything even more than Rashbi Chaveirav Le'Likrish Mavaloi Le'Tfila. And we begin the next Mishnah on the bottom of Yud Aleph. Amid Aleph Lo Yotzi Achayid B'Machli Zamul L'Chashecha. A Chayat, a tailor, is not allowed to go out even on a Friday with his needle in his hand. We'll see exactly what this means. Shema Yishkel V'Yotzei. These are gezeiros that even before Shabbos you can't do certain actions because you might end up going into Shabbos and violating melacha. Lo lablar nor a scribe, a sefer b'kol with his quill. One is not allowed to delouse his garment. He's not allowed to read to the light of a candle on Shabbos. In reality, they said, the chazan can look where the children are reading by the light, but he himself cannot read. Similarly, a zav is not allowed to eat together with a zav, and they hergel avera cause they might come to sin. We'll stop over here. We'll pick it up from the Gemara the next year. B'siyata dishmaya.